So, as many of you watching may know, I hadn't made a single pound, a single penny from the agency, and that is no longer true. So now I finally received a payment for the agency, and I'm finally trying to start doing some service delivery for someone, which is really great and really exciting, right? But I wanted to make this video as kind of a bit of a reflection, a bit of an idea of what I'm trying to do moving forward and why it's important to push for your business or try and push for your goals, your aspirations, whatever it is you're trying to do. So as many of you may know, it feels like I should be so much further ahead than what I am now. Over a year into this, I've only just received my first payment for doing work online. And as great as that is, and it's cool that I've got my first payment for the agency, that's exciting. But it's still disappointing in just the year. That's all I've been able to achieve. So the one thing I'm trying to say here is that even when you have a goal in mind, when you achieve that goal, you have to set higher targets for yourself, because that's how you improve, that's how you get better, right? If you just set a goal, you achieved it, and you're happy with that and you just stop there, then that's when the plateau comes, and maybe that's something you want, right? But for me personally, I want to grow, I want to get better. And so this is just the first step in the ladder for me. This is the very beginning. This is the be all and end all for the agency. I'm just looking to really grow, really ramp it up, but I just don't know. I'm doing DMs, my account's getting flagged as being fraud and spam. I was literally DMing someone this morning, and he was saying that he texted me back, "No wonder your account's done for fraud," because I tried to pitch him in the DMs, right? So my account's getting flagged as fraud. I'm trying to warm up an email at the moment, which I'm going to send emails tomorrow on that, using the Instantly that I've got. And so yeah, you know what I mean? It's just so there's just little progress going on, and I'm no longer in the place of I need to get paid from the agency or I need to receive a payment from the agency, but I'm now in a place of I need to ramp it up. I've been in this for over a year, done outreach, done content, done things, and just nothing is coming together yet. And I know there's something I'm missing. I don't know what it is yet, but there's something I'm missing in all of it, in the sales calls, in the outreach, and the content. There's something I'm missing in everything, and this is the channel where I'm looking to document my journey, share my experiences with real founders, CEOs, entrepreneurs, people that actually care about their journey, people that care about growing, moving forward, and getting better. So if that's anything like you, I welcome you to the channel. Welcome to the community. This is the exact type of community I'm looking to build on here. And it's all about the raw reality, the raw truth of what it is that I'm trying to pursue, what it is I'm trying to do. But I have some such high targets for myself, and when I just think that I can't even achieve the basics, I can't achieve getting consistent sales calls, I can't achieve getting consistent replies from outreach. And it's just really frustrating, I'll be honest, because I've received my first payment and now I need to have a plan of what to do with that payment, right? So my initial plan, what I'm going to do is run ads. So I'm going to run ads to a lead magnet offer, something I was thinking around the range of £40 for us to come in, fix a leak or a bottleneck in the business that's stopping you from gaining clients. And if you really like that system, then we can upgrade them into like a higher package or upsell them to another package. That's like the idea. Obviously the ad copy is going to be not just pay us £40 and we'll do this, but the whole idea is the £40 qualifies them already because they're already showing buying intent rather than like a free thing. And then when we do hopefully get them results from that thing we implement, whether that is fixing an ad strategy, whether it is fixing a story or something like that. But when we do that and they hopefully gain results from that, that's when I'm going to then, push it out and say, would you like us to help you implement this strategy? Because I'm going to give them the information, but I want to help them with the implementation, right? Which is what a lot of people are speaking about online right now. It used to be that you'd sell information and, you'd sell a course or something like that. But now people want the implementation as well. They don't just want to know what to do, they want someone to do it for them. So that's kind of the approach I'm trying to take with that. And so that's the plan for the first payment with the agency. Running ads to a lead magnet, gaining people from that lead magnet, then hopefully upselling them into like a higher package with the agency. And that's like the first payment for the agency's plan. And so if you're out there and you're trying to start your own business, you're thinking about doing something of your own, but you're just hesitant to do it, my biggest piece of advice would be to just go for it, because I'm over a year into this now and I've only just received my first payment. So if you're looking to, you know, get ahead or start this thing and get paid soon, you're probably expecting the wrong thing. You have to expect it to be hard. There's going to be things you don't want to do that you have to do, right? This is part of the entrepreneurial journey, part of the business. It's what the hustle culture, if you will, is all about, right? So you have to be willing to sacrifice for your goals. If not, your goals become the sacrifice. And that's the exact quote I have at the top of this channel. Feel free to go and have a read of that. But when it comes to trying to grow something, trying to start something, I think there's this picture painted online that it's going to be super easy. There's going to be, you know, if you just hire this VA, or if you hire, you know, this AI co-pilot or whatever, then it's going to work for you. But that's not the reality. If you don't have that startup investment, or you don't have something to get you going, or, you know, any platforms to do outreach on yet, you have to think about the platforms, what you're going to do. Is it going to be a paid subscription? Is it not? In terms of your outreach. But then when it comes to content, maybe you want to build a personal brand, maybe you want to grow on social media or something like that. You have to think about the content strategy, what you're going to have to do. So when I do see online that using AI is the solution to starting a business, it's not. It can definitely help, and I think if you have a big enough corporation and you can pay the investment of AI, it can be a really great thing, you know, really helpful. Maybe it can do outreach for you, maybe it can take in emails that have been sent in terms of inquiries, in terms of leads, customers, you know, all those kinds of things. It can be really helpful, but it's not the be all and end all. In fact, it's probably something you're going to have to adopt later on down the line rather than sooner. Now, of course, you can use ChatGPT, Claude Code, you know, any of these things. Not Claude Code, sorry, Claude, which is free. Any of those things, yes, you can use them to write content or do things, but they're not going to actually do and run the business for you, if that makes sense, like it's made out to be a lot online. So this whole AI thing, yes, it's great if you have the investment for it, you know what you're doing with it, that's all great. But when you're starting out, and maybe that's you watching this video, don't get caught in the whole, what tools do I use thing, right? You need to think about the objective point of a business. What are you there to do? You're there to gain customers, you're there to qualify leads, you're there to take sales calls. So do those things, right? Get involved in the outreach, get involved in perhaps some service delivery if you've got like your first client or two clients on, and focus on that and honing your skills on that, because then when you gain results and you gain testimonials from that, you can then leverage those results, those testimonials, into something else in terms of using it in ad creative, using it in your content, using it as proof of concept, social proof in your story sequences, all of those ideas. So focus on the foundations, what it is your business is there to do. Are you a lead generation agency? Are you a content agency? You know, think about the objective of your business. Don't get too caught up in the AI tools or anything like this, because at the beginning it's a waste of time. You know, if you don't have the investment for it, then why are you looking into it? Focus on making sure you can have the investment to invest in things like VAs or growing the business or outreach operations, anything like that. So you need to focus on the step you're at rather than the step everyone else is at online. That's something I need to, I think, spread the message out there a little bit more, you know, because of course maybe it's interesting to you, of course, that you want to learn AI tools and you like automations, and that can help you in some small circumstances. When you're running ads to auto follow up, for example, that can be one use case of AI. That's not a waste of time. But when you're trying to install all of these things that you know just aren't possible at the scale and at the stage you're at right now, that's when it becomes a waste of time. So just think about the main things you have to do, the situation you're in, the business you're in, and try and get a good idea of that first before you then think about AI. So if you're out there thinking about starting a business, you're hesitant towards it because you're worried about what your friends, your family, people around you might think because you're trying to start something, then you have to just go for it. You have to be disciplined, you have to be consistent, you have to do the same things over and over again without results. That is starting a business, that's the raw reality of it. And if you're not prepared to do that, then maybe it's not cut out for you. But what you have to do is be willing to sacrifice for your goals. If not, your goals become the sacrifice. Now, I'm on this journey, I'm trying to get towards my version of success, and this video has probably been a bit of a negative one. But it's because it's the raw reality, it's what's going on right now. I have just received my first payment, which is great, and it should be an uplifting, happy video. But this is the reality. This is me thinking, hang on, it's just been over a year and I've just received my first payment. And so that's where the disappointment comes from, because I know I should be at, upwards of 7k per month right now, but I'm not. So with all that being said, I hope and I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take it one step at a time, and I will catch you in the next one.